What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Captain Marvel Iron Man issue number 2. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this run, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with these two and Veronica Eden. Because right now, Captain America and Iron Man, they are chasing after the fugitive known as Veronica Eden, a former US government employee. She was secretly using her position to control Hydra. And with Tony Stark launching her career into the intelligence agency, he is now feeling responsible for everything that she has done. But not only that, we have seen 51, an alien superhero trained during the post-Civil War 50-state initiative, teaming up with Veronica for unknown and mysterious reasons. Our two heroes, our two Avengers, are tracking them down. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we are picking up at the decommissioned S.H.I.E.L.D. warehouse. This is the location of where the last battle had transpired and Veronica and 51 were able to make their escape. And so breaking down the situation, Iron Man lets us know that we've got Pioneer, we've got Vox, we've got Prima Donna and Think Tank, all members of various initiative teams. They banded together to form what they call the Paladins in order to, I quote, make a name for themselves. A team that gathered together, they took down some low-level thugs, but 51, he eventually goes rogue and no one knows why. And his recent activities has led to many civilian deaths. Now the Paladins, they come up to Captain America, they come up to Iron Man, and they apologize. They apologize for how they were in the last battle, because they were not up to par. In fact, they were downright sloppy. And so the question is, what is 51 doing helping someone like Veronica Eden? And the Paladins let them know that it has to do with Myrmidon, the muscle behind the so-called supercomputer known as the Overseer, with it being blasted to scrap by Iron Man, which can be seen in Iron Man number 29. All of that scrap had been in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody until the evil version of Captain America had taken over. And so what they theorized is that the evil version of Captain America helped Veronica Eden get all of this scrap material for unknown reasons. And that can be seen in Secret Empire number 1 through 10. So what the Paladins are actually thinking is 51, he wants to take Myrmidon off of Veronica Eden's hands, and that he's going to use it to launch a catastrophic attack against Minneapolis. Not really knowing why his motive for this would be. They don't even know why he went rogue in the first place. One day he was working side by side with them, and the next day he is their enemy. And though Think Tank is an actual telepath, reading the mind of 51 being an alien is almost impossible. 51's low-level telepathy has allowed him to communicate with his team on a very minimal basis. And the Paladins let Iron Man and Captain America know that he is their teammate. They will handle him, and being very blunt, they say they are going to handle this alone, and they take off. Now, of course, Cap and Iron Man, they're not going to let these kids go out there and face this alone when they don't even know what they're actually going up against. But picking up with Veronica Eden, we are seeing her real quirky type mentality. Her personality is all over the place. While many people see her as a fierce leader, a villain, whatever you want to call her, she believes that maybe if people would just look at her, they could see that she wants a friend, somebody that she can trust. Now, obviously, this girl, she's an absolute psychopath. Even having a friend, it's not going to change the fact that she literally runs Hydra and is a bad person. But I think this is her way of trying to rationalize everything bad that she has ever done and continues to do, believing that maybe if she just had a friend, someone she could confide in, someone that would always be there for her, maybe she wouldn't be this person. But the truth is, she is simply lying to herself, trying to find justification for everything that she has done in her life. But nonetheless, she has led 51 to an abandoned warehouse, a warehouse that 51 has been looking for some kind of technology. There is something inside of this place that he has been wanting and looking for, and Veronica has led him directly to it. And that is where we pick up at Tony Stark's brownstone. And right now, they're just having a conversation, because right now, Tony Stark, he's having a hard time just existing. Because right now, he is on a journey of self-discovery. He essentially rebooted. He should have died, but instead his body just started over. He's been given an opportunity, not really understanding his place in this world. We see Captain America really give him a great pep talk, that every day he just needs to keep trying to be a better person, to be the person that he wants to be. But getting a notification that the Paladins are on the move, our two Avengers, they suit up and they head out the door. And that brings us to upstate New York. Now, as it stands, there is no record of this place even existing. You wouldn't be able to find it on any map. The Annex is an old shield bunker used to store seized weaponry and impound alien technology, which means it should be much better protected than it currently is. But scans are showing that security measures have been brought down. It's already been infiltrated, and on the outside we have the Paladins working with all of their powers to try to break down the front door. Iron Man letting Cap know, like, let those idiots continue just pounding on the door. There's a side entrance that we can go check out. And as they make their way to the side entrance and get into the facility, while the Paladins are sitting there just pounding on the door with their powers, Tony Stark, he has to look back and recognize how much of a failed operation the initiative was. That the 50-state initiative, it could have been truly something amazing. A team up of government-sponsored heroes for every state, each one plugged into a central command to allow for maximum coordination and effectiveness. But what they got instead was a bunch of kids forming their own little supergroup so they can get all of the likes. But Cap lets him know that this is something, it was never really going to work. Heroes become heroes because they want to help, and that means they fight villains. You can't assign a team to a state where nothing happens and expect them to just sit around and wait until they are allowed to save somebody. But the truth of the matter is no one actually wants to live in some of these places. Places like Ohio, where nothing, literally nothing ever happens. And though Captain America, he says that he loved visiting Ohio, and of course Cap loves Ohio. He's like the most boring person in the world when it comes to his personality. But the fact of the matter, in reality, there's like 24 US astronauts that have come out of Ohio. Like, people are trying to get out of Ohio so badly, they go to space. But Captain America does let him know that the initiative, it was a great idea. And though Captain America wasn't very fond on the government sanction part of this, he lets him know that it was a noble act. It was a noble try to do something better. A massive roster of Avengers spread out through all of the United States. His heart was in the right place, it's just something that did not work out. But as they make their way through the facility, knocking heads on bad guys and still talking about all of this going on, telling Cap that he's being a little bit too nice to him. He's being weird and he doesn't like it. Telling him, like, you need to knock it off. Like, you're giving me too much credit and you're really walking on eggshells around me and I don't like it. You need to stop it. Meanwhile, deeper in the facility, we have Veronica. Veronica now wearing a cape because she just randomly was like, I love capes. This cape looks amazing on me and this is gonna be my new thing. This is my new style. And we have 51. He is currently going through a box. Not sure what is inside this box. Veronica asks, are you sure? Like, is that really what you want? Out of all of the things here, that is really what you're going for. Like, you could have any weaponry in this place and you're choosing whatever is inside that box. Like, okay, that's on you. If that's really what you want to go with, go ahead, go for it. But this is where we see Captain America and Iron Man. They come breaking down the door and let Veronica know that she needs to turn herself over. That all of this can stop right now if she just surrenders. But that's not something Veronica is going to do. Especially because as she takes off her cape, she reveals the tentacles of Doc Ock. Them being located here in this facility, stowed away. She has attached them to herself, and now she is on a whole other playing field. Not only that, 51 also has a new suit on, something that Captain America is not going to be happy about. And that is because 51 is currently wearing the armor of Hydra Supreme. This obviously puts Captain America in a very bad mood. And as this fight is about to get underway, we see 51, he shoots the ceiling and he takes off. He is not sticking around for this fight. He is not waiting 1 second. He completely ditches Veronica. And just like that, the fight gets underway. Now, if it were not for her extra arms, this fight would be done and over with in a matter of seconds. But because she has all of these extra appendages, she is able to take on both Iron Man and Captain America. Though she is doing it very sloppy, she is holding her own. And with the three of them throwing each other around this warehouse, this is where we see the arrival of the Paladins, with them coming in, trying to surprise her, trying to jump in and ambush her. Every single one of them fail, with Veronica being able to throw each of them opposite directions. We see Pioneer, she lifts up her rifle and goes to take a shot at Veronica. Captain America jumping in at the last second to stop the bullet. Iron Man grabbing the gun away from her and asking, what the heck are you doing? Like, I don't know who trained you or why you think it's okay to just shoot somebody and kill them, but that's not how we do things around here. Even Veronica freaking out like, you could have just shot me. Like, what the heck, man? Captain America taking his fist and laying it directly across her face, knocking Veronica out. Because while they're not gonna kill her, they are definitely going to put her down. And so now that Veronica Eden has been dispatched, we are picking up 8 miles above Minneapolis. And we have Myrmidon coming back online. With the robot being rebooted, it was only a matter of time before the supercomputer was also rebooted. And so we have the return of the Overseer. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. For me personally, I really have enjoyed this line. It's been a lot of fun to see the team up of Captain America and Iron Man. You know, solo issues, they're not usually that great of issues, but when you have these two teamed up together, you really see how well this dynamic duo can mash together and really help one another. Really prop up the other's traits and good qualities about the other. And it always gives Captain America that opportunity for a good old pep talk. When Iron Man, you know, he may be egotistical, he may be narcissistic, but it doesn't mean that he never has self-doubt. It never means that he's lacking self-worth, because more often than not, that's exactly what being a narcissist or being a egotistical maniac usually come with the complete opposite traits of what they're trying to portray to the world. And so the two of them working together is absolutely amazing. And though Veronica has been locked up, it looks like 51, now with some new freaking armor, the Overseer and his robot pet are about to lay waste to Minneapolis. Or maybe, just maybe, 51 is actually on their side and just can't communicate what he's actually trying to do, which is stop the Overseer. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.